Hello, this is Palico Badge and welcome back to another episode of the Curious Expedition with Mods. This time around we are with Mr. Sherlock Holmes and the Monster Squad, Expedition 6 out of 6, and we're reeling after a very bad 5th expedition. We've just about managed to hold on to first place in the runnings, but they're up there with us now. We went from having a nice comfortable lead to it being down to a smidge, a tiny amount, and this is it. It's do or die. It's all or nothing. Balls to the wall. Boom. Gotta hit them hard, gotta hit them fast. Well, not so fast. We don't want to die. We just want to survive with as much gold as we can. And with that being said, we have a choice between the unforgiving corrupted lands and the forgotten prehistoric lands. Now, as you can see, the forgotten prehistoric lands only has 2 shrines and 3 villages, whereas the unforgiving corrupted lands has 5 shrines, 2 villages, a temple, 2 portals, and a sacrificial altar. No need to tell you where we're going. Full of anticipation, I arrived at the harbour. The captain had yet to arrive, so I spent my time on the deck enjoying the cool breeze. The woman searching for her missing husband arrived at the docks. She was overjoyed as she laid eyes upon her beloved. They embraced passionately, crying tears of relief. I could not help but think that Archibald Hall Sanders acted peculiar, grabbing and holding his wife a bit too hard, almost strangling her in the process. I sincerely hoped for the best for them. I'm sure they're fine. A little bit of money, we're going to need it. We received new funds to reward our efforts. I had a fleeting conversation with a scout. He had acquired a treasure map that he was willing to part with for an appropriate price. I'm not really into that, I'm afraid. I was delighted to witness stories of my exploits that lured all manner of intrigued personalities. I was approached by several capable persons that were to learn the truth of the stories surrounding my endeavours. Who did I want to recruit? So, we've got Mr. Jimbo Sterling again, Mr. Timster and Louis, and the Bride of Dracula. Where is she? Right. What's that perk? Vampire Bride. Brides of Dracula increase your vision and max sanity. I mean, great. Superb even. Not really applicable considering how strong we are with the others. And I need as much space in my inventory as I can muster because, dear viewer, we've got to grab lots of gold. So, no thank you. I rejoiced as the ship was ready to head for distant shores. Okie dokie. Well, I'm guessing we're going to have to go pick up some equipment. So let's do that, shall we? All right. So we've got to think now. We need what's critical and only what's critical. With that being said, I'm not too fussed by bullets. I mean, it'd be all right, but I don't think we're going to need them. I'm going to go for all the rope, all the dynamite, and all the medicine. So I'm -9 off. Ooh. I mean, I only really take the dynamite to blast through walls as and when needed. So I suppose 2 dynamite will be sufficient. As far as the rope's concerned, I could probably get away with just 10 of those. I don't think we need to climb any shrines. In fact, with that being said, we don't really need any rope at all, do we? We won't worry about the rope. Climbing gear, we've got the perk for climbing already. We don't need the torches because we have the pumpkin. I suppose we'll grab 3 of those and hope for the best. I mean, the shotgun would be nice. Definitely can't afford it. To make our lives... Oh, we're still -14. That's all. Didn't work that out very well. 11. I mean, I could take a few machetes. They'll get used up pretty quick. That's anything. And I'll leave a pound to my name, as is tradition. I don't think there's anything else I need to take. We'll just have to get the tent out a lot. As long as we don't die, that's fine. I rejoice as our ship was prepared to leave the harbour. I mean, that goes without saying, really. As long as you don't die, you're fine. But hey ho. All right, let's set sail. It's Expedition 6. This is it. Make it or break it. It's going to be a big one. And thankfully, we're coming in from the top. Right at the top. Good. That's very good. The journey across the ocean brought many wondrous sightings of marine life before one of the crew called Land Ahoy. The foreign landscape beckoned us to explore. So, let's go. Right. So. I mean, I'm hoping for a bit of a circular trip. We'll just have to see how it goes. We're going to be using up the machetes straight away. I'm going to go this way just to see if that is a cut through or not. It is. It's all question marks. Let's come around to here. I mean, we can go and check it out. It might give us a bit of direction. We came across a stone circle that seemed to be man-made. There were inscriptions etched into each rock. Perhaps they formed a type of map. I think we should... Are we worried about settlements? I mean, the ruins would be interesting to find out. If there's anything near, we can always bring it straight back to the boat, I suppose. Yeah, we'll do the ruins. Six ruins. I'm sure it only said 5. I thought it said 6 at the end of the last episode. That's a temple, technically. But yes. Never mind. Right, let's hit that one, I suppose. I presume that's part of that? Yes. And, ooh. Wow, I'm glad that is pretty much cut off. That's going to help us a lot. After a long day of travelling, the expedition reached a sacred temple that was built right into the face of a mountain. It was a truly majestic sight. A large opening led inside. Let's go inside then. We arrived at the inner sanctuary of the temple. A very old altar stood in its centre. We saw a granite goblet containing a strange liquid standing in the centre of the altar. Intuition told me that one of our number should drink it. So, I mean, they're both as bad as each other. Who do we need less of? Stealth and climbing and strength, or we lose some sanity. We'll give it to the Bride of Frankenstein. Inhuman strength. I asked the Bride of Frankenstein to drink from the strange chalice. Without a second doubt, she took a few long sips until the chalice was emptied. She put down the chalice and unintentionally almost crushed it with her hands. Drinking from the potion seemed to have tremendously increased her strength, and she was now more than willing to carry a few more crates. How many more crates? 2 more crates. Awesome. As we left, a massive stone plate lowered behind us and sealed the portal. There was no way back inside. Oh, that's alright. That's alright. Let's come to this side and just see what this question mark is. I mean, we can wait here. Rather than using our ribs, let's explore. We arrived at a rock overhang. It would serve as a basic shelter against the elements. I instructed the trek to halt and allowed everyone to rest. The team eagerly gathered wood for a fire. I laid awake listening to the menacing wildlife surrounding me. I had been wondering if there was a way to anticipate the kinds of dangers that awaited me when exploring the mysterious temples in these lands. Maybe if I paid special attention to each temple's aesthetic, I could gain a better understanding. Probably. Not something I tend to do. I mean, that's good, right? The fact that all those temples are only on this half of the map, I'm hoping means that the other half of the map is cut off. We're going to rest again. It was a warm and starry night. The Phantom of the Opera approached me. He told me about how much he relished our expedition and swore an oath to stay by my side, whatever the circumstances. I mean, it looks good. Hopefully the pyramid's not too difficult to get to. Well, that flooded on stuff which it shouldn't have flooded on. After days of resting, we prepared to head out again. Thankfully, our time here had not been upset by the massive stone over our heads falling on us. Always a good thing. We'll leave. It doesn't seem to flood any further. Let's get up onto here. See if there's a gap through. Ooh. That says to me it's important. We should hit it straight away. We should get on top of it straight away. I mean, does it matter? I presume the gas rises. I'm going to get ready to stop. I'm going to stop there. I'm not willing to risk that right now. Let's come to this side, see what this question mark is. We'll come back to this. I mean, we've got a real serious chance of coming first here. I don't really want to blow it if I can help it. I came across a fascinating man-made rock sculpture. The uncannily crafted eyes seemed to stare at us. Its presence made me uncomfortable and I desired to move on. I noticed some items by the statue which must have been put there by people from a nearby village. They were surely sacrificial offerings. Ooh, we'll take it. Oh, come on now. We took what we could use from the offerings. The Phantom of the Opera was visibly shaken by the encounter with the unusual statue. Oh dear. On to the next question mark. Ah, talk about village. It was obvious that the settlement had succumbed to infection long ago. Shuffling around the remains of the village was several hideous abominations. There was a glimmer of hostile intent in the creatures as we approached. We were liable to start attracting their attention by remaining close to the settlement. They can't offer me anything anyway. Let's eat all the berries. And 40 to 18. We'll take it wide. So are we into the third region? Not yet. Right, so that's going to be a cave. More poisonous type stuff. Let's have a little bit of mama sticky ribs. Oh, they're working properly now. That's rubbish. Alright, and we probably should get the old campsite up and running. We erected our camp. Oh, the comforts of home were calling out to me. So let's rest. This was a good place and I was sure we would get some well-deserved rest here. As usual, I walked the vicinity of the map to ensure that no poisonous animals were in sight. While doing so, I wondered if I would be able to guess the sort of location by its surrounding terrain. For example, it seemed that villages were always close to water. That's a lie. Sleeping with a roof over one's head was a luxury we were seldom afforded. And we're going to do it again. The Bride of Frankenstein came over and sat next to me by the fire. She told me about her experiences these last few days and promised to follow my lead, whatever the circumstances. That's good, because if we're ever going to bug up on an expedition, it's going to be this one. We are ill prepared. Rest again. Oh, they shared a personal moment as they sat on the ground and sung a hearty song. Oh, bless. Right, we've got zombie pygmies. Let's pack up the camp. Another, 14. It's a cave. We approached a cave. The rocky moor led into a darkness of unknown depths. We required a torch to uncover its mysteries. Alrighty. We used our pumpkin lantern to illuminate our descent. We were surprised to see that this was just the entrance to a long underground tunnel. We'll go and have a look. I mean, we can always come back here. We explored vast caverns and twisted corridors. When I finally saw light ahead, we moved towards it in earnest. Where's that brought us out? Oh, well, that answers that question. That is a write-off. Oh, in fact, you know what? It didn't bring us that far. At all, really. But even so, that is still a write-off. That's good. That's good. Right, let's pop us down to here. Hopefully you're something of use. Ooh, I'd say that's of use. We approached a seemingly ancient structure that seemed to be partially made out of pure gold. We discovered a mechanism of sorts on one of the sides. With a little time, we would surely be able to activate it. However, what would happen upon activation remained a mystery. Ta-da! After much toil, we were able to decipher the grand mechanism. All of a sudden, an enormous column of light launched from the seal. Boom. Right, we need to kill stuff. So... or do we? Let's make our way around. We definitely have to kill the spike bear. Or two. Or two. 18, this could be interesting. That's a pretty big claw. We'll take it. Right, so you and you. Might be able to freeze you out. I don't think it matters at this point. We'll get the shield up. We'll take what we get. We've got the taunts at the very least. Good, good. So we are looking for stuns every time. Let's stun you this time and focus on killing you, if at all possible. Well, that's that one down. We'll get him bleeding too. Not that it matters. So he should be taken out now. Awesome. Give me my bits. Alright, so let's get up on here. It's going to cost us a little bit of sanity, but I think it'll be worth it just to see what else is around, if anything. Right, so... Ooh. They're aggroed. Alright. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's set up camp here. They can make their way over here, and then we'll fight them. So, rest. The Phantom of the Opera and the Bride of Frankenstein instigated an argument about who would be the better climber out of the two was. They wanted to settle their dispute by seeing who could climb one of the thickest, or jungle trees quickest. 50-50 chance. Boom. They cautiously ascended the majestic tree. Eventually, the Bride of Frankenstein emerged as the victor of this small duel. The crew's mood was perkier for it. It was surely the right decision to let them have this moment of reckless challenge. You moving to me? Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. No? Alright. Rest again. Oh! The mood was buoyant, so I ordered wood to be gathered for a fire. Foregoing sleep, I carefully noted the position of stars in this fantastic night sky. I noticed one especially peculiar star cluster. I'm sure somebody in the Western world would appreciate this information. Are you just giving up? Rest again. It was a fine night. Everyone's happy. That's all we need to know about that. Right, so pack up the camp. Everything's good. We're going to take small steps because... Oh no, he's not aggroed anymore. Alright. We'll take big steps. To another cave. We're going to use ye olde pumpkin lantern. I mean, that's like what, an 80%? Is it 80% chance? Or is it still 50-50 times 3? I don't quite know how it works. 25, 12. It's got to be 75% chance. One of them's got to do it, right? I'm not willing to risk it. I'm not willing to... It's sort of teasing me into risking it. And no. I've played this game too long to know that stuff like that is set up to make you fail. Although we did make our way around there, which is pretty good. Abomination's already on us, on a -3. Let's take a look at this shrine. Hopefully it's something easy. Oh, bugger. A shrine towered above us. It was in terrible condition as the weather had been beating down on it for centuries. What remained of a narrow staircase led to the only entrance. Alright, okay, so it's poison. It be poison. I'm going to leave it for the time being. There's a chance we'll be able to find some rope somewhere. We know that one's poison. We need to move to the next. I'm not mounted, am I? There we go. That should help. 35. We better set up camp again. This is how it's going to go. We're going to have to do this every so often, I'm afraid. I will do my best to make it... Oh, did I just pack it up? Oh, what a fool. I'll do my best... I was going to say, do my best to make it as quick as possible, but hey-ho. Alright, so rest. Right, they want to climb again. I'm not willing to let them have a go now. A little bit of decreased loyalty, so just the one heart. I can take it. The Phantom of the Opera and the Bride of Frankenstein disapproved of my decision. They said something about me not giving them enough freedom, but I'd rather have them angry at me than to risk serious injury. I mean, we could really do with somewhere to trade in our meat. Rest again. It was a quiet night for once I felt at ease with the wonder surrounding me. Yeah, Wolfman's dead. He burnt alive in a fire. There's no coming back from that. You know, there's times when they walk off and you think, oh, maybe I'll see him again. But no, definitely not going to see the Wolfman again. Rest again. Yeah, we're all good. I mean, the argument, I suppose, is... We'll pack up the camp. We are done with this section. So, there's no reason to come down here again. I do feel a bit cheated from what I saw in the preview where it showed all of these types of shrines as opposed to these types of shrines. Or else I would have brought rope. Because we can always get the cave down here, can't we? Then walk back. No, we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. Onwards. What are you? Tendrils again. Alright. We'll leave that one too. Let's move on to this question mark, I suppose. Cave. We located a cave. The rocky moor led into a darkness of unknown depths. We required a torch to move inside. It's another... It's given me all the options to kill off characters. I really think the game has had enough of my playing about. We entered an unusual looking hut. The place smelled of old dank wood with all kinds of dried herbs and other peculiar things hanging from the walls. A native shaman approached us with a wild-eyed stare as he chewed on some leaves. Right, let's see what he's got to trade first. Any rope would be fantastic. No rope. Eagle Scout, Hill Creation, Portal Traversal, Random Teleportation. I mean, that could be fun. Drums for Sanity would be awesome. Not worried about the treasure map. So, Fame 20, it's worth keeping those. That seems fair enough. Deal. We'll get some cleansing done now. So let's get Bride of Frankenstein clean. And let's get Phantom of the Opera clean. So we're all good. There's no reason for anyone to be bad now. Play the drums. If he comes on us, I'm going to have to attack him. Ooh, a portal. Let's do it. A marvellous arch towered above us. A light swirling at its centre seemed to form some sort of portal. We mustered the courage and marched through the arch. A moment later, we stepped out into a mysterious landscape. I need rope or climbing gear or something off someone. If you're going to tell me you are a cave which goes from one side to the other, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. Oh. Or not. Let's play the drums in anticipation. Today the expedition reached a sacred temple even, located on a mountain face. I could tell that this was a special place. A large opening led inside. We had found a sacred altar room. A stone platform was located in its centre. We found a stone chalice filled with a clear liquid standing atop of the altar. Intuition told me that one of our numbers should drink it. Once again, it's going to have to be the Bride of Frankenstein. Or is it now? I suppose at this point, hill climbing doesn't really matter. Phantom of the Opera can drink it. Oh, I asked the Phantom of the Opera to drink from the seemingly sacred chalice. He looked at me for a brief moment and then drank it all in one go. Upon drinking the fluid, his complexion brightened and he seemed much more healthy. Quickly it became clear that he was able to heal faster. Nice. Cool. 16. You know what? I think we're going to put out the old campsite now. I'm going to rest. Everyone's happy. Well, I say everyone's happy. No one's given me any awkward situations to have to deal with. So that is a win. Rest again. Wolfman's still dead. You just have to accept it, I'm afraid, Sherlock. He's gone. He's gone. You still got Watson, which I presume is the part of Harold's cheek sticking out there, like his deformed Siamese twin. Let's rest once more. Everyone's happy. And hopefully that is going to be something useful. Pack up the camp. Right, so how many days? 10 days. How many days do we have left? 7. Maybe we picked right. Maybe we didn't. We'll never know. We'll never know. So, what the hell is that? A horror. All right. Alright. We'll deal with that as and when, I guess. 22? With a... That's a Tyrannosaurus Rex? Right, so... Oh, God. Alright, got a bit too close to him. That's fine. A little bit of damage. Nothing major. That's fine. How many die do they have? 2. Right, so... We'll get the taunt up. We'll do a tentacle whip. Do a tail whip. Gonna hold on to that one. Gonna hold on to that one. Then we want you and you. Just stun one of your die. We could probably go in for the fangs. We'll hold on to that as well. I'll have to bring up some shields, I think, so we're not going to hit them very hard. Right, so Mrs. Bleeding. We're probably going to have to address that in a second. And what we got? More meat! More meat. I suppose we go to take on the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And hope no one becomes infected. I mean, we can deal with it if they do. But I'd rather not. Ugh, if I could help it. Alright, so let's heal up Bride. Leaves our rest. Harold's infected now. Heal Harold. Right, so let's attack the zombie pygmies. Lots and lots of them. Lots and lots and lots of them. I need another one of those. I'm going to throw that up just in case. There is a stomp there. Got a chance for a lot more stomps. So let's shell it. I mean, maybe I should just start killing these guys off. Two and bleeding. I'm going to hold off. There's a chance. There is a chance. One stun. We got it. We got it. Right, so all useful stuff. We'll take it all. No rope. Rope. All right, so on to here. We'll take the abomination down as well. All 3 of them. Jeez. Okay. Roll. Big claws. That helps. Big tail. We'll go for the bleed. I'll go for the bleed. Let's roll. Big claws. Right, okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to pull out the taunt. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to work on him. Oh, he's got a bleeding of 2 anyway. So I don't need to worry about that. Just going for a strong bleed on him. Do I roll the spear here or do I hold on to it? I'll hold on to it. Alright, I think I played it right there. Overkill! Take it all. Right, so I'm going to rest at this point. Everyone's happy. Happy, happy, happy. 145. We'll leave it for 5. I mean, at this point, we could head back to the village. They're not too annoyed with us. We could just go and drop some stuff off back at the ship and get some more sanity back. That's probably the best thing we can do. I mean, we've cleared a fair whack of the map. There was a sense of lingering dread in the creatures as we approached. We were able to start attracting their attention by remaining close to the settlement. We can't scavenge for supplies. Booger. We could find shelter. Something might happen. Against our better judgment, we tried to make camp in the village. We distracted the abominations using meat from our supplies. Soon enough, we could finally rest, and this seemed like a credible plan. Oh, now we can scavenge. Well, let's scavenge then. By distracting the infected away from a rotting carcass, we were able to find a wooden chest within one of the dwellings. There was little time to collect everything before the creatures would notice us. I just want rope. That's all I want. Alright, okay. Let's leave. We had pushed our luck too far and the creatures had started to notice us. A shambling horde of mutated horrors had broken away from the rest and was surrounding our group. We put some distance between ourselves and the village, but our path was blocked and we needed to fight. 3 of them. Alright. Big claws on you. 12. Big claws on you. Stompy stomp stomp stomp. I'm going to throw in a spear. Spear throw. Power spear. Why not? Roll. Faint. I mean, it stops half the die, I suppose, worst case scenario. Let's get the taunt up. And this is all I have left. Let's take one of them out. So, just the one to deal with only 1 die. Missy's like proper damage. We need to fix her up. Roll! Big claws! Big tail! Small tail! Or tentacle. Give me my meat back. Right. 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, and 5. I think at this point it makes sense to go north. Let's get ourselves up to there. See if we aggro this bad boy. The abominations are on us. Shouldn't be an issue. It would appear the smoke is disappearing. So we'll go down into it. Thought so. Yeah, okay. In the wilderness, it was nearly impossible to prevent an injury from becoming infected. Missy Howard's wound was beginning to look particularly nauseating. Let's hit that up. We approached a mysterious structure that seemed to be partially made out of pure gold. We've done all this bit. Let's activate it. And yet there is one more. And we shall search for that one in the next episode. It's a bit bitty at the moment. I'm not holding out any hope that we're going to survive this. We've got abominations aplenty on our tails. We've got no way of picking up any of the treasures from the towers without risking falling and people dying. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. But hey ho, we'll find out surely in the next episode. Thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.